It's okay. Let me see if I can explain it a little better. We'll go with this stitch because it's a little bit easier to see. Pam, I'm going to change colors. This one's too dark.
Yeah, there's got to be a thing on this program where I can like draw or point or something, like circle.
Right.
But I can't find it.
On Zoom?
Yeah.
Ah.
I see. No, view, that's not it. I wonder if it's share screen.
Well, that...
Nope, that's not it.
How far along are you, Sharon?
Well, I've restarted like 10 times.
Oh, you're doing good.
It's longer than 26. I haven't figured out how many is on there, but I'm trying to get the stitches down.
Right, not worry much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and Layla did move over last night. She was like smack up against me where I couldn't even move my arm.
But she's so cute.
She actually laid down so I, was able to move my right arm because she was trying to help, but not so much.
But Mom, okay.
I know.
All right, I wonder, let me see here. Let me try something real quick.
I wonder if Pam shares her screen, that would make it bigger.
Actually gonna do like speaker view, and that way, if I mute the rest of us, well, let's try this. All right, let me make the host spotlight for everyone. Let's try that. We'll put, there she is.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I think that one thing I did identify since I talked to you, Pam, was I think I have a problem with tension, because I was watching how they were doing it on the videos.
And that's a common thing.
And that's what, Jim, I have that problem too. That's why I'm doing it. I'm still trying to figure out my tension on my other hand. And that's why I'm doing this.
Okay.
You're a little too close, Danielle, because it looks fuzzy.
Yeah, I don't think white's any better.
Well, not up against your shirt or your sweater, maybe.
Oh, the top part, yeah.
That's a pretty sweater, though. I like that.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Can't say she's not accommodating.
Right, yep. Really. She's a special ed teacher.
Okay.
Okay. Now, can you see where each one makes like a little V down pattern? Or no?
I don't really see a V, but I see the first opening here.
Okay.
Where your finger is.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I might have an idea.
Well, is the V just one loop, or is a V a combination of two loops? Like, does the first one and the second one make the V, or is just the one make a V? That's where I get confused with that too.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so when you've got your first loop.
Yeah, see, that's what I need, a drawing like that. Okay.
Okay, so you got your first, let me do the first loop first. You got your first loop like that.
Yes.
Then when you pull your yarn through, you're going to create. Sorry about that, guys. You're gonna pull.
All right, so if I were to look at that and you were to ask me how many loops is that, that's 2 loops.
That is.
Okay.
Now, when you're looking at a hook, it's going to be up. When you're looking at a crochet, it's going to be upside down. So your V part's going to be down here.
Okay. Now, can you draw the next one so I can see the next V?
Considering the fact Mule is an easy track for a long end of sled. I I'd say you're getting the best of the bargain.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 openings.
Yes.
Okay, now what would be the V? This would be the V?
So
The 1. Okay, I see that.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, now I see the 3 V's. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's what you're going to count on your chains
Okay.
to get to know what your number is. So you have your starting knot like right here. That's where it's knotted off.
And this is where the hook is, down here.
And this is where the hook is, down here. Yeah.
Okay, I always get confused with that because when I'm counting and I get to the end, is the knot another loop, or is that just extra?
That's just extra. That's just sealing off your chain so it doesn't unravel.
Okay, because I keep thinking that it's a loop that went astray because it's so small. So I think that's screwing up my counting too.
That little knot right at the end doesn't count. Just count the first V.
V, okay.
Third V.
All right, now the way you draw that is the way I want mine to come out, where it's so obvious to me. Like if I was doing that, it would be obvious that first one is where I go, the second one.
Right.
But when mine are more like, yours are like teardrops, mine are more like thin, I don't know what you call it. Like, yeah.
So can you see them now in there? Oh, you still can't see with my shirt. When I hold that up, we're really gonna find better yarn.
Yeah, I can see. Okay. I can see a V here.
Okay.
But where's the part you actually like? It's not even yours isn't even open. You know what I mean? You have to.
No, mine's not open because I'm used to doing chains.
Okay, so you know where to put it in.
I do, just by the V's.
Okay, can you show me where you're going to put the first one?
Okay, so try to do this backwards here. So you have your let's see. So you have your chain and you have your loop. You're gonna put your hook into I'm gonna put it into this top part of the V right here. Hold on. So your hook will go into that first one of the loops of the V.
So there's 2 options. There's a top and a bottom.
Well, I went into the top because of the way I'm on the camera. You can go into either. Once you start doing your rows, it will matter whether you go into the top or the bottom to start.
Okay.
So, and then, so I'm trying to do this backwards here, so please forgive me. Then I'm gonna yarn over.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull that through both of those loops so that I only have one on the hook. And it's gonna look really weird and like you didn't do it right, but you did.
Okay.
Looks like a knot. And then you see the next chain loop, you're gonna go into that. And then you're gonna yarn over and pull through. And now you've done 2 single crochets.
Okay. Okay, now it probably wouldn't happen to you because you're experienced, but what if now your next one, your third one, what if you accidentally skipped completely over that and went to your 4th one? Would it look weird, or would you just keep, would I not know it? I would just keep doing it. And at the end, I would have like a little hole in whatever I was working on.
You would not have a hole, because you would not have a hole unless
Okay.
you skipped more than one.
Okay.
Went
Because
over.
one thing wouldn't cause.
Right. But at the end of it, let me do this. Let me do one row and I'll.
Because I'm not sure which hole is what, I don't feel confident that I'm going into the right one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's not, like I said, it's not obvious. If it was like say every loop or every chain was like the size of a dime.
Okay.
Then it would just be obvious to me. That's the first one, that's the second one, that's the third one. But when the yarn is just like, close together and it's something that you have to kind of force your hook through, it's not an obvious hole to me. So I'm always afraid, like even when I get to one where I'm able to do it, then I think, okay, which one is the second one? Is it this one or is it the one to the left of it? And
so let me see if I can try and explain that. Okay, so you got 3. I'm not a great artist, I'm sorry. All right, so you've got your V's and you go through one side of the V, and that's where you put your hook to make your first single crochet.
Which one is the first V? Can you point to it?
Okay, so the first one that you did or the last one that you did?
Like if you were just starting this fresh, what would be the first one?
Okay, so if you're starting fresh, you've got your starting chain here. This is your first V. Then your second one, then your third one, and then your hook is still in this one.
Oh, okay. So you're working from this side back.
And then
that's where the hook is. Okay.
And then when you want to start your single crochet, you're going to take your hook and you're going to put it in to one of these 2, depending on which way you're going. And you'll know when you turn one of these 2 to make your first single crochet.
Okay.
And then you'll do the same thing on the next one.
Either 1 or 2. Okay.
So if I have 10, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure I counted right. Okay, so you have 10 here, and then you're going to take with your hook from your 10th chain is on your hook. That's the loop. Okay, you're going to take your hook and you're going to go into this piece of your chain.
Okay.
And you're going to pull your yarn through, and that's going to make your first single crochet. And then you're going to go into your next one from here, you're going to take your hook and go right into the next one, and you're going to make your second single crochet there.
Okay.
And you're going to keep doing that until you get to the end, and by then you'll have 10 total crochets.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Did that help at all?
Yes, it did. I wonder if I should start something small, like for the pot holders, 26. We're doing 26 chains.
Right.
To get the right width. I wonder if I should do like to practice, do like a bookmark. Okay. Like where it would be 1/4 the size. That way I would get used to, but I don't know, that probably would be the same complication. I might have it now. I don't know. But that did help a lot.
Okay, so 26 is a great number to start with because it allows you to see it. If you go smaller, and I know it sounds easier,
it'll be tight. Okay.
You won't be able to see your mistakes as well.
Okay, so bigger okay.
So the 26 is a great one because then you can see. If you want to go a little smaller, you can go 15.
Okay.
And make a coaster.
All right, now I'm going to go 26. I want to get back on track.
That's the spirit.
Okay, Pam.
I'm going to do this one row here and show
All
you.
Right. It would be nice if I had a hook. You know when you're doing your where's my hook? When you're doing your chain, like I was watching videos and I've noticed that a lot of people, I guess I can't show this because I can't bend my camera, but like a lot of people when they yarn over, they have their tension in their finger and they have their, it looks like they're shooting a gun, right? Like the thumb and then that, I don't know what that first finger is called.
The pointer finger?
Pointer finger, yeah, that's sticking out.
Okay.
Like you're shooting a gun, okay. Then the next finger under that, which I think is the middle finger. Yep. Yeah, it is, okay. I just had to do the motion to see because it's been a while since I flipped anybody off, okay. So, yeah, so they take the middle finger and then the thumb from the other finger. And that's where they hold right below the hook. Or am I saying that wrong? Okay, let me see. All right, with the right hand, I'm a right-handed, so I have my hook in my hand.
Yep.
And then you know the indentation in the hook?
Yep.
Okay, that's where my thumb is.
Yep.
On my right hand.
Okay.
And it's my thumb and my pointer finger.
Yep.
Okay. And then yarn is in the thing. Okay, so now on my left hand, yes.
Yep.
Okay, right. Okay, so but on your left hand, where are you getting your where are you getting your tension from?
I hold my tension with, me and Pam do it differently. So okay. I hold my tension with my 3 fingers and go over. Pam actually does it an easier way to get a much more consistent tension. So she might be better to show you how she holds her yarn.
Okay. You ready, Pam? You're up.
I had to unmute myself. And now I'm gonna.
You were muted?
Well, yeah, because there's background noise here and I didn't want to interrupt what Danielle was saying and you were hearing.
Oh, okay. You sure you weren't blocking me the hell out because you just didn't want to hear it? Okay, go ahead.
I hold mine like this. So this is probably what you mean by the gun thing?
Yeah, yeah.
This is how I've always done it. And again, it's a matter of what you're more comfortable with.
Okay, now now that you have the gun, okay, can you do that again? Oh, that's right. I can't point to what you're doing anyway. All right, I see the 2 extremes. Your one finger is pulling the tension here, so your 2 fingers aren't touching. No. So how are you yarning over? Just with the needle itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I wasn't doing that. I was taking my finger, like when I do it,
yeah,
I take my finger like this, and I wrap it around with my finger, and then I lose my tension here, and I just pull it through. See how my fingers are pulling it through? It's the needle's
well, you're way out of frame, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on a minute. Let me see here. Okay, I have enlarged you, so we can see you. We can see you better.
Okay. Okay. All right. So. All right. Let's see.
Okay.
Here. Okay. I was watching this video where this guy puts it behind his fingers like this. So
that's just a matter of what you're you get comfortable.
Right. So I tried 50,000 friggin' different things. Okay, but this is what I came up with. This is where my tension is, right here and here. So on the thing, they were taking the thing and yarning over. I still can't stay on camera.
Yeah, you're still below it though.
But anyway,
where your hook is.
But anyway, instead of the tension being there where the hook is able to pull the string down through, I don't have any tension, so it's floppy. It won't stick on the thing. So I pull it down with my finger, and then right before it goes through the hole, I grab the hook and I pull it through.
I mean, if you're getting the desired effect, I don't see where that's a big deal how you do it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's making a difference because it is giving me a chain, but I wonder if it's giving me like a loose chain or a tight chain or it
Honestly,
probably is no difference.
As long as your tension is relatively consistent throughout, it's not going to matter.
Okay.
I mean, worst case scenario, your finished product may end up, let's say you're working on a bigger thing like an Afghan or a scarf.
Okay.
It may end up, instead of being like 6 inches wide, maybe 7, 6.5, something like that. But as long as it's even along the sides,
okay, that's the
consistent width, it's not going to matter.
Okay, thank you. Right, I'm going to do it that way then because I like my way. It's just faster.
If that's what works for you and feels most comfortable and natural, go with it, run with it. That's my best suggestion. I mean,
okay.
That.
Oh, Pam, I can't help but notice you got a little fancy because yours has a different color border. Your middle is yellow and your outer part is green.
Well, this is something totally different. This is that Afghan I've been working on for over 2 years for my grandson.
Oh, okay. You're not doing a pothole. Okay.
No, I got to get this thing
moving along.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, don't you just worry about you.
Okay. All right, you happy hooker.
Mwah. Oh, come on, it was kind of funny.
It was. I'll give you that.
Now, if it makes you feel any better, I'm actually having a challenge with doing this border that I think I'm never going to do anything that's a granny square, although this is a rectangle again, because the amount of stitches on the sides are different.
Yep.
It's a rectangle and it's driving me nuts. And unfortunately, I'll stop and I'll start and I'll stop and I'll start. And sometimes I'll forget how I started with one and I'll end up doing it a different way somehow with another one. And then it'll look the same and I got to undo it and frog it. And
it just gets confusing.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, is my grandson going to notice? No. I'm going to know. Just... How you doing, Sharon? You okay over there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm still trying to get an appointment to get a vaccine. And it's driving me crazy because nobody has any vaccines available.
Yeah.
I got put on a waiting list.
Not even Walgreens?
Yeah. And I have a I'm going to see a specialist on Monday for my liver, and I keep getting email about that because I have all these things to fill out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So details about my upcoming appointment. Ugh.
My mom goes for her second dose on the 2nd of March, but Angel's going to come down. She's taking vacation time, so my sister's going to go down and take her.
Oh, okay.
That's nice of her.
Yeah.
Especially because I've been hearing, and I don't like, everything varies as person to person, but some people are experiencing a lot more discomfort with the second round. And so if I were to take my mom, I'd come back home. But Angel's going to spend time down there, so she'll be able to spend the night. So,
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
If something happens, plus, Angel's a nurse, so.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's got her master's.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
She finished it all, and as an online school. It's like I couldn't even do it in school.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of.
You don't have that kind of commitment.
Attention span. I feel like a gnat.
I hear you.
Hey, Jonathan, when you guys leave, would you put that on mute or something? The TV. Is Daddy waiting on you to go? Okay. Hog. Hon, do you want me to go with you? I can go. Danielle can handle this. I'm just making sure. All right. Oh. Okay, I'm going to put us all back together. There we go. You got socks in the dryer.
Oh, I went yesterday to Michael's and bought some more
Hooks.
And I'm actually using the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
That's a pretty common size for a lot of projects.
Yeah, because that's what the yarn says, and I find it's easier to work with.
That's fine. Whatever works for you.
Yeah, so this is my creation so far.
Doing well.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Thank you. As I said, I don't know how many stitches I put in it, but not worried about that right now.
You're not looking for perfection right now.
I'm just trying to get the
movement
stitch down.
Right.
It looks great.
Thank you. And I have to sit up. My yarn's giving me grief. I've had a couple
yarn barfs.
Yeah, or something, little yarn
clumps. Yeah.
Where it's sticking and getting mad at it.
I call it yarn barf. Yeah. Do you call it that, Danielle?
I do.
We just get this big clump and it's just.
I don't have to worry about that with the yarn I'm using right now, but.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you say, Danielle, is it it was the Karen cakes you were having a challenge with?
I was having I'm still struggling with the Karen big cakes.
Is it just too much yarn? Like too big of a?
It's got clumps in the middle. It's frayed in the middle. At one point, you know how sometimes they run out and they knot it off?
I hate that.
They didn't keep, it's a variegated yarn, but they didn't keep it consistent. So it really messed up my project for that part. I'm sitting there, I'm going along and I'm looking at it. I was like, that doesn't look right. So I had to do it, and then I had to cut off and redo it myself. It was just frustrating.
Yeah. I
hate
that. Go ahead.
I hate those little fuzz like clumps you get in the middle of it, and
that's what I'm getting, like fuzz clumps where you got to pull them apart. And yeah, I didn't know if it was a knot or whatever, but it was, you know, because it would pull, but
right,
it still was clumped. So I had to pull it apart, and I was trying not to take scissors, you know, to cut it because I was afraid I'd cut it wrong. So crap, I gotta start all over again.
I want to, because that pattern I was showing you girls earlier.
Yeah.
I wanted to get, I think I told you the colors I wanted to get.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard some people have issues with the Super Saver, the Red Heart Super Saver.
Yeah.
So I'd asked in the one crochet group I belong in, you know, what, you know, with all these options, what brand do they feel would work best?
Yeah. What did they say?
Somebody, I don't know, it was about an hour ago they answered me, but it was some brand I'd never heard of.
You're in another crochet group?
Well, yeah.
You're cheating on us?
Yeah. We just, you know, compare stuff and ask questions.
Okay. And I thought I was the only one.
She's cheating on you with other crochet groups.
Or other crocheters,
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. When I do go in there, I suffer from a bad case of compare-itis. Some of the stuff these people make, it's just mind-blowing to me.
Right.
So I should stay out of that group?
Yeah. But let me see here. Okay, this person said Mary Maxim Starlit Sparkle in Topaz for the gold color.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of Mary Maxim.
I've heard of it, but I couldn't honestly tell you where to buy it.
Yeah, but with the magic of the internet, I'm not limited. But I just think this is going to look, if and when I get this done, this is going to look so cool. And the patterns off Etsy are like $5.
Yeah.
Because it's a download PDF, and then I save them and I print them when I'm ready to use them. But I'll have to look into that because I had opened up Amazon just looking for gold metallic thread, or yarn rather. But I want to make sure too that I would probably want to end up using yarn from the same brand.
Yes.
For both colors?
Yeah.
All right, Pam. This is what I've been working on.
I know those are, I don't know how you do those. I'm afraid to even start.
The hook, 2.35.
Wow.
I have one of those. I bought on a whim.
And I think I personally need to cut my nails off.
I get that.
I think that's what's getting in my way.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I'm just trying to pull up this picture. This is exactly what she recommended. Look how pretty this is, this yarn.
Oh, that is really pretty.
Oh, pretty.
And she says it's sparkly. And it's worsted weight. I thought if worst comes to worst though,
no pun intended. Worsted weight. Worst comes to...
Got it. Very good. Very good. I'm impressed. if I decide to go with like a different, like, let's say I make it out of thread instead of yarn, but it's going to end up a lot smaller. So I haven't gotten to that point yet, because I just found the pattern yesterday. Damn Facebook. In fact, the other night I was looking through my stash of patterns just in my computer, trying to find a project to do. And several of them were like squares, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of over those for right now. And some of these women in this group, they have, you know, those like cubby hole divider thingies that are like plastic, and they're maybe like, I don't know, 8 by 8 or 12 by 12.
Yeah.
And they are just packed to the gills. They'll have like, I can't tell you how many cubbies, and they're all organized by colors. And I'm like, I would never get through all that yarn.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
These women have jobs, or they like
I don't know if they have jobs or they just have an addiction. I just collect the patterns for now.
I'm going to keep myself muted because they're bringing something in. Watch your mouth.
Okay.
So that's what my job is, interfering with my crocheting
life
lessons here.
Life is.
Yeah.
It's like I just want to sit down and do this. And by a certain time of night, when I've got the time to sit, I don't have the attention span or the eyesight.
That's why I can't read anymore.
Yeah.
By the evening, by about 8, 9 o'clock, my eyes just don't focus. And my mind doesn't focus.
I started playing this math thing on my phone.
Willingly?
Yeah, I don't know. What is it called? Oh, Numerzella? Numberzella?
Yeah, I've seen it advertised, I think, one of those. Is that the one where you gotta match the numbers?
Yeah.
Like 2s and 2s and yeah, no.
Yeah.
Thanks. I can find that to be it's addicting.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then after a while, I'm so cross-eyed I can't see anything.
Yeah. How you doing over there, Jim?
9, 10. I'm going back over my chain because it's not coming out the way I want it to. So I've done it several times now.
Well, just remember, it doesn't need to be perfect at this point, because it's not like you're putting the stuff up for sale or giving it as a gift. You may give it as a gift, but you're just doing it just to, it's like when we had to practice our handwriting and our cursive, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. The circles, I like doing that too. I can remember like doing like the Palmer method or something it was called. But I like doing that in grade school. Now kids don't understand
I know.
cursive.
And I think that's ridiculous because
Yeah. My kids,
no.
Sorry, Pam.
No, do they know how to do it?
My kids, yeah. They went to Catholic school. But that's all I write. I've always written in cursive. I hate printing. And I have to print in school because most of the kids don't understand cursive. And if I write notes out, it's more if I have to write notes out for kids. I have to print it.
Well, you did with elementary school too.
Yeah. But I don't like how my print, because I'm so used to looking at my cursive.
Yeah.
That I don't like what my printing looks like. Weird.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. See, my cursing and my printing sometimes are just combined.
Yeah, and I've been doing that too. But I just would rather write cursive. I think I'm faster.
It's very faster, yeah.
Oh, yeah, mine's primarily in that, but I kind of, I don't know. You know, you develop your own style after so many years.
Yeah.
And the thing that concerns me with them not teaching it anymore,
nope.
Yeah, everything's computerized, is okay, when you get older and you're signing contracts and stuff.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the great works of, like, let's say the Constitution. People aren't going to be able to read it.
Yeah.
That's my signature.
I can't even see it. It's down too far.
Somebody already made a mockery of the Constitution, but I won't.
Well, that works. Hey.
That is so true. And they also don't know how to tell time. On regular, what is it, analog?
Yeah.
So here's my theory on that. Every school has an analog clock in it.
Right.
Somewhere.
So
all our classrooms do.
They have no digital clocks in that classroom whatsoever. Therefore, the kids can't tell time.
Yeah. It's digital on their computers.
And their phones and
on their phones.
So they can do what you do to a 2-year-old and you go 5 minutes and make it an hour.
I mean, I remember telling my mom, she'd say, what time is it? And I would be like, the big hands on the, and the little hands on the, but I was little. But even like silly things, like the other day, it occurred to me that with all these modern conveniences that have evolved over time, like automatic headlights on your vehicles.
Yeah.
People don't have to think to turn on. Yeah, they're convenient, but they're going to come to a point where they've never had to do it. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's like they're starting to get cars that drive automatically.
No, I don't want one of those.
I don't
have enough trust. And what if that system gets hacked?
I wouldn't mind in parallel parking for me, because I hate doing that, because I don't know how to, because I'm so out of practice. But driving for me, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could handle that, because that's so out of your control.
And that's just it. And what if somebody hacks into that system someday?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what John was running into with driving to work. He didn't like us driving to work because it took it out of his control. And it's not like I'm, he's driven with me many times where, I've driven down to Nags Head or Outer Banks, and he's fine with my driving, as long as I'm not like when the trucks come at me. But that's just a reflex. I can't help that. But he just got like, he couldn't handle it anymore. It was freaking him out.
Well, that doesn't exactly inspire confidence when you're driving with someone and then when they see a truck, they say, oh, because it makes you think that they're nervous, so it makes you nervous.
Yeah, well, that's you know, but and that's a reflex I can't help. It just
right. It just happens.
I do it even if I'm not driving, and freak him out. But he decided he drove to work all this week.
Oh, good.
He didn't want us driving him, so and he made out all right. His foot's still bothering him, but I think it's going to be a while before that lets up. But what can you do? And some roads are sloppier than others.
I drive because the air brake on the passenger side just doesn't work.
Well, that's what he found out, that the air brake on his side, and it was his, and I think he was doing it with his right foot, which is the one that he got operated on. So I don't think that was helping much.
Yeah, the air brake and the handle on the passenger side cart, yeah, a lot of use when I'm in the passenger seat.
When the youngest one, I don't know who taught, the guy that taught him to drive or what. I don't know where he. I don't. He's the worst driver. He's too fast, and so I don't know if we should have him do a defensive driving class, because he's just so bad. But he drove them a couple of times because my middle son, we traumatized the poor child driving into West Philadelphia because it had snowed. Parking in Philly is bad on a normal day, but when you add snow and the people are just insane, he like, I almost got ran over by a bus. I almost ran over a guy on Chestnut Street jogging and he was on the side by the cars, but there's 3 lanes, I think, on Chestnut Street. It's all one way. And
yeah, it's 3 until you get down
so
towards
it's not like I was
Drexel
having traffic coming at me. It was all behind me because I'm in the far left-hand lane because I'm going to be making a left-hand turn eventually. And the line, it doesn't seem like the rows are long enough, or wide enough rather, for the cars, because people ride the lines and stuff. And I had to be careful because cars were sticking out a little bit with the snow and all, and you know, it's enough to make you not ever want to drive again. But Danny, well, he ended up getting lost on his way home because he's never, I don't think he's ever driven into West Philly, so he has no city experience. Ryan does, because he went to Temple, and that's in the city. So Ryan was a little better with, you know, not being traumatized. But poor Danny, I don't think he'll ever drive his father into work again. And I found out, like, I have a minivan. John has a Grand Caravan. Okay. So I took John's car like on Friday, last time I drove him in, and it was fine. It was a lot better because it's not as wide, you know, so I felt a little more comfortable with, you know, how small the streets were.
Love you too, be careful.
So but John, you know, is driving himself back and forth now.
Yeah,
probably still shouldn't be, but you know, what can you do? That was my exciting week. Besides,
you want me to do it?
2-hour delay. Tuesday?
Okay. I have to let you guys go. I'm sorry.
That's it, you're fired.
I'm sorry. I'll be there next week. And I won't have any finals. I should be done.
Yeah.
No, I have to go
Up with that.
They just, I bought a new bed, so I got to go. That's what they were bringing in. I got to go move stuff around and put a bed together.
Okay.
Oh. Have
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how Sharon and Jimmy, how you feel about, you know, are you guys comfortable, okay for now to work on what? Why is my phone not working?
Jimmy, I'm wondering, are you doing any better now?
I am.
Okay.
That's good.
That's the Conchi spirit.
I did better with the chain, but I think I did 2 of the regular crochets, and I'm still having trouble with figuring out where my next hole is. So I'm going to work on that this week because.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder, are you like looking at it at your work from on top of it?
Yeah, like where the hook is up top, and then the rest of it's dangling below that. So I'm looking at it from north to south.
Are you so you don't hold it in your hand, the work itself?
I do, but I don't hold it left to right. I hold it up down. Like oh, I guess I can't show it. Like I don't put it like this.
Yeah.
I put it like this.
Oh.
Oh.
I should be working like this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because then you can
That's
look
how.
over top,
Yeah,
right?
like that. Yeah, like
and
how,
then you can see the V's as you go along for each row easier.
right. Okay.
And you want to go through the yarn that's furthest away from you. You want to split that V in half basically and go through the loop that's facing away from you, not the one that's toward you.
Do you ever have trouble with your loop is so tight that you can't get your thing in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something that you just have to work on, I guess, because that's what my problem was too.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out the tension
They
thing.
will give you a more loose loop. Because like some of these are like, I'm really forcing it in there and it's like not good.
I am on vacation this week, so you need any help, let me know. Send me a message and I can probably set up a time to help you out.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're so awesome, Danielle. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Have a nice vacation.
Enjoy your vacation.
I hope so. You guys have a great Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Yeah, you too.
No, I forgot about that.
I work in a school. I can't forget about it.
I think I'm the only one that's not married, so it doesn't mean anything to me.
I'm married and we're not doing anything special. So.
Yeah, we're not doing anything either. I have like, you know how you have Christmas sweaters? I have some Valentine sweaters that I came across. They are so old, they have shoulder pads in them. So they're probably from the 80s.
Probably.
Yeah, shoulder pads are like an 80s thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joan Collins know you raided her sweater drawer?
Yeah.
No, thank you for making my day. You guys have a great week. And Jane,
all right, you guys too. All right, girl, guys, you're okay if I get off too?
Yeah, I guess I better go too. It's 2 o'clock.
Right. Peace and love.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
See
Bye.
See you next week.
Yeah. Jim, you getting off?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll see you next week.